Hi, and welcome to Psychic Talk with Priscilla Gendron at the WLC. This is our final one for the year 2020, and what a year it's been. So I want to just welcome everybody today to this amazing event. We've had a wonderful day with the most amazing speakers. So we're jumping straight into it because we have got quite a few people connecting today, and we want to just get right to business. So I would like to introduce you to our two amazing psychic mediums that are here today and that are going to help us unravel all things psychic and even give us some messages from spirit. So I'd like to introduce, first of all, Leanne, Barefoot medium from the beautiful Australia. And I welcome her. Thank you very much for staying up late to be with us, because I know it's like 10 p.m. with you. And also we have the amazing Frasser Beecroft from the UK. So it's not too late there. He's 2 hours behind, so he's okay. Welcome, you guys. So I'd like to hand it over to Leanne, just to tell everybody a bit about who you are and your gifts. Off you go.
Hi, everybody. And thank you, Priscilla, so much for having me in this beautiful, amazing space. Like Priscilla said, I'm Leanne, Barefoot medium. I'm from Brisbane, Australia, and I am a medium, a twin flame, a transformational coach, and an author. So I'm absolutely passionate about connecting people with their loved ones who've passed over, and also bringing through messages and insights from the spirit world about blocks or resistance or challenges that you may be having that are preventing you from manifesting and creating the life that you want and that you desire. So that's kind of part of the other work that I do. And I'm a twin flame and soulmate connector, and work with people to jump into twin flame relationships and divine union. So that's a little bit about me. I have lived in Colombia, South America for 3 years and speak Spanish, not perfectly, but can also speak Spanish as well. So, yeah.
Thanks very much, Leanne.
Pleasure.
Nice, well-traveled medium.
I am.
Me too. Okay, so we're handing it over to Frasser now.
Hi, everybody. My name is Frasser Beecroft. I'm a psychic medium. I work a lot with colours, tarot cards, angel cards. I tend to work a lot now with numerology and cards and different colours and things. Yeah, I've worked quite well all over the world. And yeah, just help people, just tell them as it is, you know, there's no fluff with me. It's just, this is what you need to know. And, you know, I don't pull any punches. Sometimes people, that's what they need to hear. I do it gently, but I do say it as it is. So that's all I can say. I just, yeah.
Man of few words, as always, Frasser.
I'm trying my best.
Oh, thank you very much. So what I'd like to do is to kick it off is if people would like to post in the comment section, in the chat section, any kind of questions that you would like, or any kind of clarification on things in your life, whatever it is, please feel free to just put it into the chat section, and then we'll get our psychics to answer your questions. So, right, let's have a look and see what's happening. Everybody's saying hello.
Oh, go on.
Yes, go, Frasser.
I just want to say something to Suki, actually. She's gone now. Come on, come back. Suki's been helping Lena and I the last few days, and I just wanted to just pick a card and see what came up and what colours. So I want to say to Suki, the card I actually pulled, I have power cards that I absolutely love, and it's come up as a triumph card. It's come up as a number 7. It's like the spiritual side of Suki is just unbelievable. There's lots of yellows in this card. There's lots of oranges in this card, and it's very much a case of like knowledge, wisdom, and there's a lot of not just spiritual energy, but there's a lot of like grounded energy in there, and it's almost like Suki's like this Amazon warrior woman that's just moving forward, and it's expanded. It's almost like, look at me, you know, like there's no messing with this woman. It's just like boom, 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 boom. But it's like she's on a horse, and it's like she's moving forward. So everything that she's doing at the moment is very much a case of, you know, it's like you know, like you've got the flag. It's like, you know, follow me, follow my way, and see what's coming out. But it's like this card is so beautiful, and it's like behind her is all this light, this like yellow light of like, you know, shining a light on her and putting her in like the spotlight. And so I have to say, Suki, that, you know, what you're doing is just amazing. And you know, it's like I've got goosebumps as I'm saying this. It's just, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, and like ride forward, and help. You're helping people. They are following you, and just keep doing what you're doing, because it's just wonderful. And the spirit is just boom, it's there. It's like all around you. And 7 is a big like, it's also a dreaming number. So it's like with you also will tend to like introvert, and it's like that gives you your time to actually understand what's going on and moving forward, and like, so you become like the hermit for a little bit. But boy, when you come out of that cave, boom, it's like all the answers, like, you know, it's all there. Yeah, I had to say that. I'm, you know, I'm sorry for anybody else, but it's just, I needed to say that.
Yeah, I definitely concur with everything Frasser said, and I double it and triple it, because Suki has gone on the most amazing journey. So, you know, that's just like the cherry on the cake for her. Thank you, Frasser.
Okay.
So for Leanne, Tracy asked, I'm not feeling well lately, and the doctor doesn't know what it is. He's sending me to a specialist. Any idea what is wrong? So what's happening around her?
Okay, Tracy. So as I connect in with spirit for you, what I'm hearing them say is that we've got some issues with the throat area and the knee. Would that be true? Do you get a sore knee as well? Sorry, can I get you to unmute yourself? Thank you.
No, it's not the knee, it's the chest.
That's okay. I want to go chest, and I want to talk about the knee as well. Do you sometimes get a physical issue with your knee or not?
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to come to that as an emotional issue, okay? That is connected with the throat and the chest that I want to talk about. And I feel like I want to talk to you about, I get really anxious, and there's a lot of anxiety going on with you at the moment, not just because of the medical issue that's coming up for you. It's been sitting there, and it's been a bit of a pattern for you, okay? And what I'm hearing is, and I'm not a doctor, what I'm hearing is there's some issues with, it's almost like a reflux issue. It's almost like I'm tasting food coming back up, okay? Whether that's you or not. Have you got grandfather passed on dad's side?
Yes.
Okay. Did he have an issue with reflux and food coming back up?
I don't know. I never met him.
Okay, that's okay, because he's met you. So can I get you to check that later? Because he's saying to me it's him that's bringing through that, but there's also a connection for him to bring through the message about the throat and the chest issue.
Okay.
He's saying you don't speak up for yourself very often.
Okay.
And you don't give voice to what you need and what you feel. Okay. And he's asking you to start expressing that, because every physical issue has an emotional or mental basis.
Okay.
Okay. And so it's about expressing your emotion and getting that out. Okay. And I'm also hearing that sometimes you're quite stubborn about taking the next steps, or fearful about taking the next steps, and you hesitate and resist. Okay. What they're saying is don't resist anymore. You're safe to move forward.
Okay, cool. That's great.
And trust your intuition more.
Okay.
Thanks, Leanne. Frasser, would you like to take something from there for Tracy?
Some of the things I'm getting the colours. I'm getting the greens, and I'm getting the blues. With you, you're like a lot of us. You give, but you don't take. So it's like your energy is being given out, and you're not allowing that time for yourself to regenerate, almost. And like, it goes on from what Leanne's saying. There's very much a sense of, it's time to sit back a little bit and actually pamper yourself, because what's happening is I feel like the energy is being drained out. You're not in a bad way. It's just like, with all the other nonsense going on at the moment anyway, it's taken it out, and you're trying to sort of like run on it's like a hamster wheel. And it's just like, you're constantly going, and actually you just need that little bit of time to sit and relax. And, you've got a few weeks now to be able to like sit back and do things. But I also get like some of the blues. So like last time I said that, to me, blues, it's not just about communication, it's about fluidity and allowing things just to happen and just going with it, rather than trying to, because what at the moment I feel that's happening is that you are almost like fighting against things rather than allowing it to happen. It's like, well, I've got to go through it. It's just like boom, 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 boom. It's like you've got to sit back. Okay, that's not the right way. So what can I go around it, or can I step back and try something else? So it all ties in very much like that. But that's what I get. That's what I'm feeling and seeing. So I don't know if that helps. Yeah. So.
Thanks very much, Fraser.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and it's also, I think, also about taking some time to just relax, and you've been running on empty for quite a while. So it's maybe your body is just telling you to just time out. I'm getting that time out. Just take some time for you.
Which is where the green.
Not easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Nirvana's got a question. She says, I am challenged to get a tenant, been since July, and would like to know what is the block, and when will her tenant arrive? Okay, so we'll hop to Leanne with that one. So, what is the block around it? Is there some kind of block around it, or is it just there's no tenants available?
And so is it Nirvana, is it? Hi. What I want to do is come to you and do a little bit of a channeling of a message that's coming through from Source, Universe, Divine. And I know that you know that, and that you work with law of attraction stuff. They're telling me that you know this, and it's almost like the block is obvious, but because you're so close to it, you're not seeing it. So what I'm hearing them say is it's starting with the story in your head, because there's almost two things going on. You want a tenant, yet there's part of you that doubts whether you want someone in your space. Okay, so it's as simple as that. It's what's the story that's going on there, because you're asking for one thing, but you're vibrating or emotionally sending out a different message. So they're just saying align, 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 align. If you really want a tenant, then come back to that story and just and one of the things that I always use with manifesting is it's really quick and easy too. It's really quick and easy to get a tenant in, if that's what you're wanting to create.
Can I just add on to that? I actually picked a card before when I was looking at the question, and the card that's come up is discovery. So it's almost about you're on your own journey of a self-discovery. So like Leanne said, it's like, do you really want a tenant, or is it just like something that you think that you want? It's like that this card here is very much about looking around, but you're not looking at what's in front of you. It's almost like you're missing the stairs that are there, and you're seeing over the stairs or around the stairs. You're not seeing the thing there. So it is very much a case of, well, if you look where you want, if you look in front of you, you've got a choice, and it's for you to discover what that choice is. What is it that you really want, rather than, as I say, what you think you want. And that's the difference. And again, it's exactly what Leanne says. So that, you know, and also, you know, I'm getting it. If you do want, you know, you can have somebody as early as March. You know, it's a process. You know, 3 to 6 months if you want it, but it is very much about you realizing, you like celebrating the fact that I do want a tenant. I know I can have a tenant. You know, I mean, certainly, it's very much a case of like letting go and letting things flow, rather than trying to sort of like control everything. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, very much for that. Okay, our next question is from Fran. If my mom is around, please tell her I love her and miss her every day. So I'm going to go to Leanne with that.
Fran, can I ask you to pop your microphone on if that's okay? Because I'm going to, I feel like I've got your mum and she's been with me before I came on, before I sat in. And I'm like, I wonder who this one belongs to. So what I feel like I've got your mum stepping forward. Now she's saying to me, she passed a while ago, didn't she?
It'll be a year this month, yeah.
Yeah, so she's saying it's been a while, and what I'm hearing her say is that it was quick in the end, okay? She's saying I had an illness. It wasn't long, but she's saying it was an illness that was long enough for her not to enjoy. Is that true?
Yes.
She didn't like being sick.
Not at all.
No one does, but she really didn't like it. Okay, and your mum's got a beautiful sense of humour and very dry, and I want to use the word wicked sense of humour in there. And what I'm hearing her say is, you don't need to tell me to tell her that you love her. She hears you every day.
That's
okay?
Good.
And what she wants you to remember is to smile more. You're still moving through that grief and loss, but she's saying it's okay to enjoy life and smile and bring back that joy. That's all she wants for you.
Thank you, Leanne.
Okay, so I'm wrapping you in her love and giving you the biggest of hugs, and I feel like I want to sit down with you and just pat your hand and give you have a cup of tea with you. And I'm sending you a lot of love from her.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I'm playing the cards today for a change. I don't always do this, but and the card I actually picked was the actual word is innocence. So there's like an innocence there. But there's a lady here, and she's in like a purple dress, and she's surrounded by flowers, and she's got wings, angel wings. And I know that sometimes when you look up into the sky, you can see those angel wings, and you know that that's your mum up there. I know, and you know, and so there's a lightness about your mother. And you know, like a loving, caring, like I'm watching over you scenario. And also I'm getting like the butterflies and the birds, and it's almost like when you see the butterflies, it reminds you of your mum. But there's this innocence there about you knowing that she's there, you know, and it's just like the energy is so light and so gentle and so like loving, and it's almost like she just wants to give you a big hug and surround, you know, put like flowers all around you, almost like it's like a garland, obviously about Christmas and things, like put this garland around you, and you know, and just like just give you a big hug, you know, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks, Frasser.
Thank you. I hope that was great for you, Fran.
Awesome.
Okay, who's next? Okay, let's ask Shelley. Does Shelley want to ask a question? No. Okay, maybe Praveshni. Praveshni, do you have a question for the guys? And Stefan as well. Put something.
Let's connect with my granddad. My granddad had passed away and he was murdered by his gardener. Is there any message that I can get from him?
Okay, right. So the first thing I want to say is that it's almost like I don't know what to say when I connect to him. And there's almost like there's still that secrecy behind what went on. And what I'm hearing and what I'm hearing him say is that there was a betrayal. Okay. It feels like he knew of the person that did this. Does that make sense? And
Yes,
if
it does.
okay. And I feel like there's a whole heap of anger and hurt and all of that stuff around your grandfather's passing. And it's like I just don't even know what to say when it comes to him. There's still that mystery there, and I'm not sure that he's ever going to disclose that fully yet. Okay. It's almost like you keep asking, you keep asking, what are the details? And he said, it's not ready yet. Okay. So the spirit world, for everybody, the spirit world has their own sense of timing for a reason. Okay. And sometimes it's about letting other things unfold in our physical world before we find that out. But what he's also saying to me is that he wants to talk to you about you developing your gift for mediumship more. Do you know you can do that?
It's funny you say that. Yeah, he was a spiritual healer traditionally, and out of his 42 grandkids, I inherited his gift. Yeah.
Of course you did. So it's
thank
almost
you.
like, why do you need a medium to talk to him? Because you are one. Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, what he's saying is that
the opportunity.
Yeah, so that information will come through to you when you're ready. And I feel like I want to say in the right setting for you. Because sometimes it's about not revealing that in a group setting as well, and honoring the emotion that's attached to it. So he'll work with you to develop your spiritual gifts if you allow him to. Okay.
Absolutely. Welcome.
Yeah, that was
he's fine, by the way. I need to tell you, he's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you again.
It's interesting that you say about, you know, he was like a healer, whatever, because what I see is like an old wise man with almost like a box, like a golden box that's opening up, and it's like, you know, you're looking inside. And what Leanne said before about these gifts of yours, it's almost like he's giving you these gifts, and he's almost got like scrolls. He's like holding scrolls, and it's like he's got these scrolls to give to you. But it's like, you know, it's holding on to them for the moment, but they're there ready, waiting for you. You know, it's just, it doesn't feel like the right time, and there's a sense here of like, you know, you're looking out on like over the cliffs, almost like wondering what's out there, but not quite sure, almost like not brave enough in one sense to sort of step forward and move over, like, you know, take a leap of faith in one sense. So he's holding on to these things for you, but like right in front of you and right in front of him is this golden box that if you open it up, it's like, you know, like they say that at the end of a rainbow there's like a leprechaun, there's a box of gold, but this is like this golden box that as you open up, it's like enlightenment and, like, you know, knowledge for you that he's got, that he can pass across when you're ready. But he's a very, very wise, knowledgeable, and he wants to pass that to you when, you know, when it's time. It's just not quite the right time at the moment. So, but it's there. It's like, you know, well, come on, girl, like, you know, I'm ready to just when do you want it, you know? So.
Thanks, Frasser.
So,
I hope that's
thank you. Yes, absolutely on point.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, our next one is going to be Stefan. I've put a lot of work into my secular career again over the last while, and I feel like it's finally clicking. I'd like some more confirmation if this is true. Is it just more wishful thinking that all this work is going to pay off? Leanne.
Hi, is it Stefan?
Stefan, yes. Stefan, can you just
Stefan.
unpick?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks, on yourself.
I'm good. The first thing I feel like I want to say to you, Stefan, is that you second guess yourself way too much. I feel like I want to say to you, if it feels like it's clicking and you're in that flow, and I know you understand that, when you're aligned, when you're fully following your path, things just fall in place. Synchronicities happen, opportunities come in, all of that. And then it's like you have this belief or this unconscious pattern that sits there that goes, oh, it's going so well. Oh, is this ever going to last? And it's almost like it, without knowing it, it's unconsciously pulling you back and taking you off track and out of your flow. Does that make sense?
Could
So,
feel myself
Stefan,
tensing up.
yeah, so it's almost like you're in that flow and you're going, oh my God, this is working, this is falling into place, finally it's clicking, finally it's happening, finally opportunities are coming in, and then there's a thought pattern that goes, is this too good to be true? And so then the universe goes, oh, well, we need to make that wishful thinking come in, and that I need to work harder and maybe I'm not on the right path. So it's all that doubt energy that's coming in for you that's really blocking your flow sometimes. Okay, so what they're asking you to do is be more mindful and conscious of when you're in your flow, and to stay there and to keep your center no matter what's going on around you. Okay, and what I'm hearing is trust your gut. You've got great intuition, you've got great knowing. It's almost like you're just pulling yourself back and keeping yourself small sometimes.
Yeah, I want to add to that. I you know, as I say, I'm playing my cards today, and the first card that came up as Leanne was talking was friendship. And this is about belief, like she said before, this is about believing in yourself. It's about making friends with yourself, okay, and believing in yourself and trusting yourself. I also get Archangel Gabriel, you know, coming in, and almost like it's almost like a self-healing, because there is this doubt in your mind that, well, it can't possibly be working because in the past everything's not worked, you know. So it is very much about belief, and you know, there's almost like a sense of you're actually healing yourself as you're doing this work and starting to like believe in yourself more. You know, and they're like, you know, that both like angels are there, almost like giving you flowers, but not necessarily flowers. It's like a gift to you, sort of saying like, you know, you're doing really well and keep going. But it is very much about your own communication, your own belief systems, your own self-healing, that you can do this because you are doing it. And it's like, you know, that there's a big, I see like, how do I put this? It's like there's such beautiful energy coming off you at the moment. You know, it's like it's this really, it's like a healing energy. So just being in your presence is enough to sort of like put a smile on people's faces. You know, but it's what's happening at the moment is you're blocking that sense that other people are getting, and you're not believing that actually this is happening. So it's about, you know, make friends with yourself, believe in yourself, and you know, it's almost like give yourself a pat on the back and hug yourself. You know, it's just keep going, because you know you are doing the right things, and just keep moving forward.
Thanks very much. I hope that's helped, Steph.
Absolutely, and it's actually interesting that you should bring up Gabriel, because that's one
of his angels, yeah.
There you go. Well, as I say, we've got Gabriel with me, so it's like, there you go, for you.
Okay, our next question is from Shelley, and she wants to know if her grandfather's around. Leanne?
Hi, Shelley. Can I get you to unmute your microphone if you can? And I'm going to say while you're doing that, thank you for being open to receiving a message, because I could feel someone around you to come through from the very start. And when Priscilla said, would you like to ask something earlier, I was hoping you would come in and do that. So Shelley, the first thing I want to say to you is I feel like I want to talk about grandmother on your mum's side. Has she passed? I can't hear you, sweetheart. Just if you can pop your microphone. Yep. Okay.
There we are. Can you hear me now?
There we are. I've got
Yes.
you. I want to bring your grandmother on your mum's side through first, because I feel like she's kind of, it's not pushing, but she's like, hang on, I'm going to be first.
Shame.
And so what I want to do is bring her through, and I feel like she's got this beautiful loving energy and a soft gentle nature to her, yet she's very strong and very firm within. And she's telling me that she had a problem with her chest area before she passed, and that she found it hard to breathe because she's making me go like I can't breathe. Okay. So she wants to acknowledge that, just to let you know that she's there. The thing that I want to talk to you about, or she wants to bring through, and we'll talk about your grandfather in a second, because he's going, don't forget me. God love them. What I want to say to you is your grandmother wants you to breathe more. It feels like you're not breathing, and you're not staying in your moment. And we want to get you back into a grounded, present space. It feels like this year, for everybody, it's been challenging, but it feels like I want to say to you, they want to acknowledge how challenging this year has been for you on a number of different levels. And they're surrounding you with a bubble of healing light at the moment, because you really need some beautiful healing and some time to work through that for you. And that's what this year has gifted you. Okay. And your grandfather popped in and go, you were very close to him, weren't you?
Very.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's saying, I'm almost doing this, like we're like, you know, best buddies kind of thing, rather than granddaughter. And it's like you were his shadow when you were younger, and you walked around with him all the time.
Yes.
And he's saying he's around you a lot. You talk to him, don't you?
Yes, I do.
He's saying, I hear you. Okay, so keep talking to him. You're open spiritually as well. Are you working with your gifts yet?
No.
Okay, then I'll just leave that there for you. I won't give you that little next gift, but I want to send you both of their love and let you know that they're around.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Pleasure.
I love the way that Leanne and I are like synchronous. You know, there's a synchronicity between us, because the card I picked out before was shadow, and it's almost like yin and yang. So, you know, this is like your grandfather, it's like in your shadow, but I also feel he's in the shadow of where you are now as well. So it's like he's there all the time. You know, and it's almost like, you know, I almost feel like you could actually catch a glimpse of him and think, I'm sure that's him. And it is, you know, so he's very much in your shadow, but also he was your shadow. But what I'm also getting is about, there's very much a case of, like, he was your support mechanism in one sense. And it's about finding that support now. But also what Leanne touched on before, about your own gifts, it's about finding your passion, okay? Because it's very much a case of, at the moment, almost like the passion's gone out of you, and it might just be like singing, it might be dancing, it might be listening to music, just to bring that vibration up again, so that these gifts, these opportunities will open up. And it's very hard, because I do feel very much it's about grounding and finding that support mechanism. It might even just be like, you know, going outside in the forest or somewhere that's green and leafy, just to sort of try and, you know, just like forget about everything else for 5 minutes and allow yourself to just be, is what I want to say, you know. But it's very much, he is there, he is your shadow, he will always be your shadow, because he was very much part of you, and is still very much part of you, you know. And as I say, if you're quick enough, you'll catch a glimpse. So
thank you. Thanks, Frasser.
Thanks, Fraser. I hope that helps, Shell.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, moving on, we're going to Mr. French, Mr. Owen French. I'm sensing someone around me, but not quite sure who it was, as normally do. I was wondering if you could clarify that for me. So passing that to Leanne.
Owen, I want to go to a guide that you've got around you at the moment who's working with you. Do you channel information through and write?
I do indeed.
Okay, thank you. I feel like I want to talk about a channeling guide that wants to come closer, and they want you to call them in more consciously if you're not already, or there's been a bit of a changeover in who you're working with, okay? And I feel like those messages and that information is going to come through a lot quicker for you. Have you published books?
I have indeed, yes.
Great. Okay, because I'm hearing there's more to come, and I'm hearing that there's going to be wealth from those books, and it's wealth in a number of different ways. Wealth emotionally, like the joy and the absolute bliss that you get from sharing that and helping people to move forward in their lives is what I'm hearing. But I'm also wanting to say to you, the abundance and the money will come.
Thank you very much.
Because I feel like you question that sometimes about when that's going to come in for you. Okay, so they're saying open and start inviting the financial abundance in as well, because you deserve to be rewarded for what you put out into the world.
Thank you very much, Leanne. Really appreciate it.
Okay, pleasure.
Namaste.
Mr. Owen.
Yes, Fraser.
So, once upon a time, the first image I get is you stepping out through a closed door. So it's like closing the chapter behind you and moving forward to new beginnings. But I also get this image of like a wise man, but also like a lion. So there's like a power, there's a strength. It's like, again, there's this warrior inside you. But it's rather than the fight, it's about knowledge. It's about you using your own personal power to take that knowledge out into the world and show people in a different way. So for you, it's very much about you coming at what people already know from a different angle, so that they can relate to that on multiple levels. So there's a power there behind your words. There's new beginnings. It's almost like, again, this staff that you're holding on, that, you know, this tribal man who is like the elder, the one that gives the knowledge out to the people, and rather than saying, you have to accept it, it's like they coming to you now as well. So there's very much a sense of like the new beginnings are, rather than you going out to find people before, it's almost like they're coming to find you now. Who's this guy? Who's this man with all this knowledge? I want to find out more. So there's very much a sense of like, changes afoot and new things happening in the new year. But it's all there. It's like you just gotta, again, with a lot of people, it's about letting go and allowing allowing this lion to come out. This ferociousness, but it's not like I want to say like a thirst is the wrong word. It's like a hunger. It's like I need to say it and I need to like get it out there because people are hungry for the information that you've got inside you.
Thank you, Fraser. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hope that's helped, Owen, and that's completely accurate.
It has. It has indeed.
He is our little guru.
Bless you guys. Love you all, man.
Thank you.
Okay. The only one that hasn't asked a question really is Wilma. So would Wilma like to ask something? I know she's got an issue with her typing. Or can you just unmute yourself, maybe, Wilma?
Okay. Anything that will come through, I don't mind. They have anything to say to me.
Okay. Leanne?
Wilma, the first thing that I want to say to you is that I feel like if you're not doing this healing work already, then you are a natural healer. And I want to say to you that, because my hands have just gone really, really hot. So that's my little sign that I've got a healer with me. And what I want to talk about is not only do you give that and gift that to other people when they're around you, but I want you to come back and almost put your hands on yourself and do some self-love and some self-healing, because I feel like there's a number of challenges physically that you've got going on that I want to see start to shift and move for you, okay? And what they're saying is it's almost like I want to get you out of, and this is going to apply for a couple of people, get you out of that masculine energy of logic and overthinking and analyzing and planning, and you get stuff done. But I want you to get into your feminine energy of flow, allowing, surrendering, and playfulness. Like, I really want to bring in playfulness, and that's probably for the whole group. And so Wilma in particular, that healing energy is all about how can I embrace more fun and more play and more joy in my life. Okay, and that will help you to move forward and get to the goals that you're wanting to get to.
Thank you.
I hope that helps.
Yeah, I've just got a couple of things. Interestingly enough, again, Leanne and I are like just two souls today. It's wonderful. Because again, I played with the card. The card it came up as charity, but actually it's like an angel, and they're holding, or it's almost like they're crocheting hearts onto a red scarf. So it's very much about this, like this self-love, but also like giving out to other people. You're this person that has got so much love to give, and you're constantly there, and you're knitting all these hearts for these different people to give to these people, but you tend to forget about yourself sometimes. There's a lot of purple around you. There's like, it's like again, this spiritual color, this energy about you, and I do see that what you're trying to do or what you want to do, there is very much a sense of victory and success in the future. It's like not quite yet, and we're looking like 6 months down the road before anything starts like taking off. But it's about you don't have to give to everybody, because it's almost like people come to you whenever they're stuck or whenever they're I've got a problem, or Wilma will sort it out. It's like, so you're there, it's like this. I mean, this scarf is like, it's about 6 foot tall, because all this love that you're giving out to people, it's like, it's almost like too much in one sense. So get some of that and give it to yourself. She just finished there. I can't see where it's gone there. So like, give some of that love, crochet a heart for yourself, and give yourself that love, because that's going to allow you to give more back. You can't, it's like you're running on reserve. If you're not careful, you'll be running on reserves. So you need to give some of that, get some of that yourself before you can give more out. Does that make sense?
Yes. Great.
So.
Okay. I think there was a thumbs
Sorry,
up.
I was having a problem. We've got load shedding.
Okay.
The dreaded load shedding.
Oh dear, I know all about that.
Right, so what I wanted to just say, because we're nearly sort of out of time, I'd like to just give each psychics maybe sort of 4 to 5 minutes just to maybe touch on 2021. What do we see for 2021? Okay, Leanne?
Yeah, and it's really interesting that, Suki, I've just seen your message there, because I'd already picked up on that question coming in. So thank you. The first thing that I want to say is that 2020 has been that year of getting people to go within and to come back to self, come back to soul, come back to the divine and to what is really important and really of value to us moving forward. And so if we've done our work this year, if we've gone within, looked at the challenges, the resistance, the emotions that might have been kind of stuffed down there is what I want to say, and not released and let go of, because we've all been busy, then this year has really allowed us to do that. And if we've done that work, 2021 feels amazing. And it's really about being focused on what your vision is and what your goals are, and being really clear about those. And if you're not clear about them, asking that question to yourself, what is it that I want to achieve in 2021? And for me, it's funny, I for some reason pulled out an old one that I had here. This was my vision for 2019, my key themes, which is what I do at the start of each year. And so one of my things was consistency or commitment, and I just work with that energy for the year. So what I would say is, for each of you, go within and ask, what is the energy that I want to create in 2021? Is it peace? Is it harmony? Is it balance? Is it abundance? Is it consistency? Is it joy and playfulness? And commit to doing whatever feels balanced, whatever feels peaceful, whatever feels joyful for you. And so, you know, one of my things was consistency. So what I noticed was people that were inconsistent in my world. And so whenever that came in, I had the opportunity to clear that out, or to have a conversation so that we could come back into, and I'm saying that for a reason, consistency. And Suki, I feel like for you in particular, I want some consistency in your business moving forward, is what I'm hearing. Because if you're consistently in it, and if you're consistently focused, it all comes in, it all falls in place. And for everybody else, just pick whatever that energy is that you're feeling for next year and run with it, and make all your decisions and choices around, does this bring me joy? Is this consistent for me? If it's not, it's a no. And I use a traffic light, really simple, and Spirit works with me. Show me a red light, show me a green light. Is this a stop or a go for me? So that's kind of the wisdom and the knowledge that's coming through for you guys, and what 2021 holds. It's whatever you want to create, but it feels light, it feels amazing, and it feels like a new dawn. So thank you for sharing this beautiful space, Priscilla, and for everybody else to come in and ask.
Thank you.
So
thank you very much for joining us. It's been amazing
Pleasure.
having you on the show with us. And we're going to turn over to Frasser.
Okay, again, I'm going to mix in what Leanne said. I think 2021 this year has very much been about temptation, about being tempted by what's out there, by what the media's trying to tell us, or force us into things. But there's also been this great sense of spiritual union. So there's a lot of people. It's been a really nice opportunity for people to actually go internally and actually look at what it is that they really want. Or, some people have really struggled, but it's forced them into that. So this spiritual union, even though usually it's nice, it's not been as nice this year. And I feel that next year is going to be very much like taking that another step forward. It's about nurturing what we've learned this year and what we've created this year, and moving that into like a new year. But it's also about being innocent again. It's about being that little boy, that little girl, and just being playful and allowing all the things that you want to do to come out, that you've now had time to think about. There's like a very much a growth stage next year. it's like you've been forced into it this year. So now be playful, try different things, allow things to spring up. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. It's just try the next thing. So it is about being playful, you know, like you fall down, you get up, you fall down, you get up. It's a consistent movement forward, but I feel like, Leanne, it's so much lighter next year because we've been through all the turmoil. Yes, there's a little bit turmoil to come, but it's not as much. We've got used to it now. We've not allowed ourselves to be tempted by the things that we've seen. You know, become like more spiritual with yourself. Be, you know, confident with yourself. Nurture yourself and the things that you want to do, and just be innocent. Play.
Thank you. That's really good advice from both of you. Thank you very much, Fraser. I have put in the chat these two amazing psychics and their contact details. Leanne's website is www.thebarefootmedium.com.au, and Fraser is fraserbeecroft@gmail.com. So
Website's
it is
a bit broken at the moment.
His website's a little bit broken, a little bit hacked. So the best way to contact him will be through the email if you do want to have a private session or talk with him. So I want to just leave you with just some love and compassion and light, because 2020 has been an incredibly hard year for a lot of people, the majority of people. And I feel like now the energy is shifting into something much more enlightened for 2021. And it's important that we take the time now to really just embrace life and embrace who we are and where we're going. Letting go of things that are not important to us anymore, because that's very important, is letting go of stuff that doesn't work. And, you know, to reiterate what both Leanne and Fraser were saying, is like, if it doesn't work, then try something else or try a different way of doing things. Because I think that resistance, we've had a lot of resistance this year, and persistence through resistance. So we've had to persevere and break through all these obstacles that's been thrown at us. So the universe is saying to us, now is the time to take a step back and really just embrace who we are as people. So I'd like to thank Leanne and Fraser for joining me today for our last one for 2020. And we hope that when 2021 comes along, that we will be back again, bigger and brighter and bolder than ever before. So I thank you all very much for joining me. And I send you a lot of love, and namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Owen.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.